Universal needs exist. Doyle and Go, 1991, report that wide consensus in modern thought agrees that universal and objective human needs do not exist or cannot be formulated coherently. However, in a theory of human need, they challenge this assertion and arrive at a different conclusion. It is at least plausible to assume that objective human needs exist in some sense. Yet, there can be no doubt that our common sense understanding of what sorts of things needs are is varied and often confused and ambiguous. This is due in part of the fact that the word need is employed in everyday language in such diverse ways. One of the most common usages refers to needs as tribes which we have little choice but to confirm. Another conceptualizes needs as goals which for some reason or other it is believed that everyone either does or should try to achieve. It is this universality which supposedly differentiates needs from preferences or wants. So universal needs meaning things that are naturally needed for us to live or something that are essential for us human. It also says here that other concept for needs as something that we do or try to achieve. It also says here that universality differentiates needs from preferences or wants or yung mga bagay na gusto natin instead of kailangan natin as a human. Kaya nga diba, sabi nila, iba ang gusto sa kailangan at hindi lahat ng gusto mo ay kailangan mo. Needs, drives, and motivation. One simple view is that human need is something that is missing, a deficit. It has been defined as any lack or deficit with the individual, either acquired or physical. Needs here are distinguished from drives and are seen as preceding them. They are the cause of motivation rather than motivation itself. Drive is goal-directed. It releases energy. It is generally considered to be the motivating factor within human personality. Many psychologists who see the motivational aspects of human needs as drives do so in conjunction with the concept of homeostasis. All human behavior is motivated, according to Freudian theory. Freud saw two fundamental driving forces in human beings, the sexual and the aggressive. Need is often used to denote a drive or something inner state that initiates a drive. For example, humans need to sleep. This is the approach taken by Maslow, who analyzes of basic needs is the most well-known worldwide. Doyle and Go, however, do not accept Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Its strict temporal sequencing of motivations in question is simply false. Moreover, people have strong feelings about what they need, and these feelings can vary between cultures, within cultures, and changes over time. So it says here that human need is something na wala sa atin. So kaya mo nga siya kailangan kasi wala ka nun. So mga bagay na kailangan natin, yun yung nagiging motivation natin. For example, bakit tayo nag-aaral? Kasi kailangan nating matuto, graduate. Dahil pagtapos ka sa pag-aaral, mas may chance ka na magkaroon ng magandang work. And as a human, we need work for us to provide our needs. Because of our needs, we make an effort to reach our goal. So, yun yung nagiging drive natin. And then, our motivation is our needs. So, according to Maslow's hierarchy, there's this thing called basic needs. So, ito yung mga basic na natural na kailangan lang natin. For example, humans need to sleep. And this is well known worldwide. So, lahat naman ng tao kailangan talagang matulog.
Leisure pala considered in a social and community context. According kay Stokowski no 1994, kinonsider leisure in capitalism, modernity, and post-modernity. At ang naging findings niya din dito ay human gatherings to. For classified social need by brands, so normative needs, felt need, expressed need, comparative needs. Ayon naman kay Mersey 1973 at later kay McAvoy 1976, inapplied nila yung brand concept sa leisure at recreation. At ang naging additional nga dito is created needs, changing need, and false need. Comparative needs and leisure, ito yung nagre-represent sa value judgment by the professional sa recreation and leisure field. Yung felt needs and leisure naman, ito yung nagde-define sa kung ano yung gustong gawin ng tao. Express needs and leisure, ito yung mga activity na ginagawa na nag-iisa. Yung comparative needs and leisure, ito naman yung ginagawa nila out of their interest. Yung created needs and leisure, ito yung concept na nag-e-imply sa mga policy maker sa professional leisure interest. So, yung leisure pa lang ngayon, humihingi na sila ng mga demand. Ang mahawak na mga demand na to ay policy maker, researcher, planner, and manager. Yung researcher, mas concerned siya sa establishing ng recreation rather sa pangangailangan ng mga tao. Dahil no 1977, nakita niya yung success ng leisure and recreation service dahil sa ability ng isang tao na pagsamasamahin sila na nagiging walang problema sa mga program month o sa facilities. Tillman 1974 is one of many authors who have examined needs and identified those which are felt important in determining the leisure need. He lists needs for new experience such as adventure, relaxation, escape, and fantasy, recognition, and identity. Security, being free from thirst, hunger, or pain. Dominance, to direct others or control one's environment. Response and social interact to relate and react to other. Mental activity, to perceive and understand creativity. Service to other, the need to be needed. Physical activity, fitness. However, the concept of leisure need is being misleading. People have needs which can be satisfied in a variety of ways.
What factors influence leisure participation? So there are many factors and ways on how people or individuals spend their days and time for leisure activities. It can be an individual factors, where the stage of life of individual influences his or her, including her interest. For example, mas gusto niyang pumunta sa mga urban places rather than in rural. And her attitudes, her ability and personality if he or she is rather introvert or extrovert. On how they will participate on some activities about leisure. The second one is the circumstance and situation in which individuals find themselves. This time, the social setting na kinabibilangan ng isang tao or individual influence them. Their job and income as individual will place an important role on how they will participate and enjoy leisure activities. The last one is the opportunities and support service available to the individual. So this time, the resources, facilities, programs, and activities that maybe the management or organization can offer to an individual or group of people to persuade them to participate in the leisure activities. So under those factors influencing people to spend leisure time and recreation, so these are the outline of some of the discernible factors which individually, jointly, and collectively affect participation. Personal and family influences. A person or group of families has different culture and behavior where they belong. So this also affects their participation on recreation and leisure activities. Age and stage in a family life cycle is one of the significant factors. So for children, there are rapid changes as they grow. But in their age, they like to go in a colorful theme park, like for example Enchanted Kingdom or Disneyland. While teenagers, they tend to go and participate and spend their leisure activities in a beach or places that they can totally explore. Males and females show similarities and differences on how they participate in recreation and leisure activities. But women take a greater part in cultural activities and men take part more than women in active sport and sport spectatorships. Social and situational circumstances. The society and social circumstances plays an important role as influencers for how people will join into leisure activities. Home, school, social status and class, and the time availability of a person are very important factors. In income and leisure participation, the income levels of a person will depend on what products or service he or she can buy or avail. The higher income group of people has the higher participation rates in many recreational activities, while those persons belong to lower income are attracted to larger numbers of recreational. The social class and leisure participation. Social class. They refer to a group of individuals who occupy a similar position in the economic system of production. Within that system, occupation is very important because it provides financial rewards, stability, and benefits like healthcare. In this case, it will define the availability of a person to provide his or her needs and wants in recreational and leisure. And because of the relationship between social and its range like income, mobility, and education, it generally says as the most influential factors in participating to leisure. Social climate and social participation. Social climate is typically defined as the perception of a social environment that tend to be shared to a group of people. Culture refers to more beliefs, values, and norms which a person adopts where she grows. And it clearly says that what you see to your surroundings for how they act and participate, you can also adopt and share their beliefs in terms of participating to leisure. Opportunities and leisure participation. Opportunity is a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Perception and leisure participation. People perceive the leisure and recreation may influence their participation because other people has also experienced, seen, or taste something that it means there's already a feedback that can be a basis. Access and supply and leisure participation. Accessibility is the concept of whether a product or service can be used by everyone. Accessibility is not only the right thing to do, but often also brings benefits to all users. That's because accessibility features that help people and it encourages them to join and participate in leisure because the supply of their needs are already there and can provide by the hospitality industry. Awareness and leisure participation. The popularity of a place in terms of leisure is very important. The strategy it used to advertise the leisure is important because it will spread and provide awareness to people to come to a place. The influence of management and leisure participation. The leisure industry is the segment of business focused on recreation, entertainment, sports, and tourism-related products and services. The management will provide the basic needs of the people in a specific place and destination. Companies can only focus on increasing their performance to ensure or at least maximize their advantage on the market. Therefore, their performance becomes highly important in order to survive leisure on the market. People's need and leisure planning. Leisure planning is a strategic discipline involving aspects of urban design, city planning, strategic development, and asset management. The aim of leisure planning is to provide facilities that are of the highest quality, as well as being sustainable by the city in a long term. Key responsibilities include facility redevelopment projects, community consultation regarding redevelopments, developing ways to best utilize the city's current facilities. The two important factors, people have diverse needs. Therefore, flexibility need to be written into planning and management system. These needs change or take on greater or lesser degrees of importance according to one stage of life cycle.